Okay, we now move on to our third problem for the equilibrium condition. So, basahin ko lang yung problem statement. Two weights with one unknown is supported by the system of chords shown. So, ang requirement for this particular problem is for us to be able to find the unknown weight, which is at E. So, kung titignan natin yung corresponding configuration, ang means of support natin dito, wala tayong roller, wala din tayong pin or hinge, wala rin tayong plane surface. Rather, ang supports na ginagamit natin dito is in the form of a cord. So, yung cords are always subjected to the force of tension. Tapos yung technicality is, yung corresponding direction niya is always going on the reverse portion kung saan nakalagay yung tinutukoy natin weight. So, kabila, no? So, opposite direction. So, in this case, gawa natin ng corresponding free body diagram, yung figure natin. So, ang mangyayari ngayon dito is, kakat natin siya sa may portion ng A sa D. And then, yung mga respective weights natin, yung known weight saka unknown weight natin, papalitan natin siya ng downward vector. So, in this case, unahin muna natin yung downward vector natin. So, ito ngayon si 50 kilogram. Whereas, ito namang kabilang part is, ito ngayon si unknown weight, which is at E. So, again, pag sinabi nating tension, opposite do sa direction na nag-cause sa kanya ng tension, which is yung mga weight. So, yung weight natin, makikita natin dito sa may downward portion. So, dalawa lang naman yung portion nito. So, either yung AB natin is going this particular direction or yung AB natin is going in this particular direction. So, hindi natin ko-consider itong red sign pen direction na to, rather sa kabilang portion, kasi nga, base doon sa concept ng tension, papalayo siya doon sa nag-cause ng tension, which is yung mga corresponding weights. So, with that being said, ito siya. So, ganun din dito, which is sa may CD. So, since yung chord natin dito is labeled as AB, lilabel ko siya as TAB. So, since yung chord natin dito, meron siyang direction CD, ililabel ko siya as TCD. So again, once again, sinabi ko sa inyo previously, for as long as meron tayong force, reactions, or even loads in this case, in the form of tension, i-breakdown natin siya sa kanyang corresponding X and Y components of a force. So ayan. So ito is TAB of Y, ito is TAB of X. So ganun din dito, breakdown natin. So, ito is TCD of Y. Ito naman is TCD of X. So, ilagay lang natin yung mga corresponding angles. So, angles natin involved dito is you have 40. You have 20. Then last one, you have 60. Ayan. So again, kung titignan natin, no? So, for this topic, which is equilibrium condition, again, kung i-list down kay mga formulas that is applicable. So again, we have three possible formulas that is applicable. The vertical equation, sigma f of y. The horizontal equation, which is sigma f of x. And then last one, yung pinang-favorite ng mga estudyante, no, para umikot yung mga ulo, the moment equation. So, kung i-analyze natin, so i-gauge natin yung problem statement. So, from among the three formulas, dalawa lamang yung formula na gagamitin natin. So, sigma f of x, sigma f of y. So, hindi natin po pwedeng gamitin yung moment equation. So, bakit? A moment equation kasi is considered to be the product between force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. So, upon closer scrutiny or observation of this particular problem statement, wala tayong given na perpendicular distances. So, in this case, dalawa lang yung formulas na gagamitin natin dito. Isang vertical equation sa isang horizontal equation. So, assess natin nga daw yung so far, yung una natin ginawang free body diagram. So, kung i-assess natin yung corresponding free body diagram, so, anong si TCD of Y, TCD of X, or si TCD, anong si TAB of Y, or si TAB of X, or si mismong TAB. So, wala tayong TCD, wala tayong TAB, and then yung mismo pinaka-main requirement natin, which is yung E. So, in this case, kung pagbabasihan natin yung free body diagram, we could locate at least 3 possible unknowns. So, gaya ng sinabi ko sa inyo, hindi kayo po pwede mag-proceed or po pwedeng mag-progress sa mga formals natin dito unless lumalabas meron lamang tayong a single unknown. So in this case, kung hindi po pwede, kasi 3 unknowns pwede pa siguro kung 2 unknowns. So kung hindi po pwede ito, lipat tayo sa kabila. So gaya ng sinabi ko sa inyo, ang free body diagram is not always confined to a solitary free body diagram. So depende din yon sa corresponding configuration. So kung configuration natin is composed of multiple parts. So in this case, meron tayong system of chords tapos meron tayong mga weights. It is possible na more than one possible free body diagram yung ma-generate natin. So in this case, consider natin yung ibang free body diagram dito, So, ano yung mga free body diagrams na sinasabi ko? So, pwede yung i-isolate tong part na to. So, isolate natin yung 50 kg na weight or pwede natin i-isolate yung unknown weight which is E na part, So, in this case, kung papipiliin kayo sa dalawang to, anong unahin natin? Si 50 ba or si E? So, in this case, ganito, ang pipiliin nyo dito is yung part or yung portion that has a given condition. Kasi kung uunahin natin si E, wala tayong data na given, so ibig sabihin, hindi rin tayo po pwede mag-progress. So in this case, in cases na meron kayong pagpipilian ng mga isolations or free body diagram, uunahin nyo yung part or portion that has a given value. So again, kung titignan natin, So, ito yung isolation natin ng free body diagram. So, free body diagram, 2 out of 3 possible free body diagrams or free body diagram by parts. So, consider natin yung merong given data, that of the 50 kg na weight. So, again, weight is always going down. So, 50 kg. So, again, ito is location A. Ito is location B. Ito is location at C. Yan. So in this case, pag sinabi natin tension, papalayo siya doon sa nagkakos ng corresponding tension, which is yung weight. So in this case, TAB going up. So in TBC, hindi natin siya po pwede direct going up kasi yung tendency nun is hindi mababatak yung pinaka-system of force natin. So in that case, kinakailangan meron tension on the part of AB and then on the part of BC. So with that being said, instead na going up yung tension natin, ang tension natin on the part of chord BC is going down. Ayan. So if you'll notice, lumalabas, meron tayo ditong inclined forces via tension. So ibig sabihin, once again, i-breakdown natin siya sa kanyang X and Y components of a force. So, according to sa labeling, So, kung ito is, you have TAB. So, ibig sabihin, itong vertical component ito is you have TAB of Y. Ito naman is TAB of X. So, yung angle na involved natin dito is you have 40 degrees. Yan. On the other hand, lumalabas, kung ito is location BC, so you have tension BC. So again, kung papasin ninyo, meron tayong inclined force dito via tension. So breakdown natin. So you have TBC of Y. Ito naman is TBC of X. So yung corresponding angle naman natin dito is you have 20 degrees. So again, dalawa lang yung possible formulas na gagamitin natin. Vertical equation sa horizontal equation. So, unahin na natin yung vertical equation. So, upon closer scrutiny or observation of the configuration, kung tayo magbe-vertical equation, you have 3. So, you have TAB of Y, positive, TBC of Y, negative, 50 going down, also negative. So, via the vertical equation, sigma F of Y, all forces going up are considered to be positive. Lumalabas, unahin natin yung meron data or given condition, which is 50. So, again, weight is always going down. 50 plus TAB of Y minus TBC of Y is equivalent to 0. So, kung wala na, no, nabubuo sa ating equation, isasara na natin siya. So, kung papasinin natin to, TAB of y, kung bi-breakdown natin, you have TAB sine ng theta of x. So, angle na involved is you have 40. Ito naman is you have TBC sine ng 20. So, if you'll notice, lumalabas, base dito sa ating vertical equation, unknown si TAB, unknown si TBC. So, ibig sabihin, hindi natin po pwedeng simplify ito unless merong isang value to represent TAB or that of TBC. So, meaning, ang gagawin natin is tatalon tayo, gamitin na natin yung isa pang equation, which is yung x equation o yung horizontal equation. So, ilan ba yung horizontal components of force? So, I have 1, TAB of x, then 2, which is TBC of x. So, si TAB of x, negative since directed to the left. Negative TAB of x plus positive TBC of x is equivalent to 0. So, ang gawin natin dito is kung i-breakdown natin to, you have TAB cosine ng 40. Then, isa naman is you have TBC cosine ng 20. Yan. So, in this case, kung papansinin nyo, yung unknown values natin, which is TAB at TBC, could be located at both equations. So, in this case, it is possible na from two unknowns, maging a single unknown, provided i-combine natin yung dalawang equations na to simultaneously. So, para mag-give way yung isa doon sa dalawa. So, ganun nga gagawin natin. So, you have what? TAB cosine ng 40 is equivalent to TBC cosine ng 20. So, gawa tayong equation in terms of what? In terms of TAB. So, TAB is equivalent to TBC cosine ng 20 all over cosine ng 40. So, itong part na to will actually what? Serve as equation number 2. Whereas, ito namang isa kanina, simplify natin, no? So, you have 50 is equivalent to TAB sine ng 40 minus TBC sine ng 20. So, in this case, ito naman will serve as equation number 1. Okay. So, equation number 1. So, ito naman is equation number 2. So, simplify na natin yung na-generate nating equations. So, combine natin sila simultaneously. So, para maka-obtain tayo ng single known. So, lagay lang natin. Combine equations 1 and then that of 2 simultaneously para maka-obtain tayo ng value. So, ito, So, equation number 1, list down ko siya. So, you have 50 is equivalent to TAB. So, yung TAB, papalitan natin ito. So, you have what? TBC cosine ng 20 cosine ng 40 sine ng 40 minus TBC sine ng 20. So again, similar do sa ating second problem sa equilibrium condition. Meron tayo ditong same angles, pwede natin siyang gamitan ng trigonometric identity. So, sin, cos, tan, cosine, cot. So, sabihin, sine all over cosine is tangent provided they have the same angle, o kaya cosine all over sine is cotangent provided they have the same angle. So in this case, we have what? You have 50 TBC cosine ng 20 tangent ng 40 minus TBC sine ng 20. So, again, if you'll notice, para sila meron TBC value. So, meaning, kung ifa-factor out natin yung TBC, it is possible na ma-obtain natin yung value ng TBC. So, yeah, 50 TBC cosine ng 20 tangent ng 40 sine ng 20. So in this case, pwede na natin ngayon kuhanin yung value ng tension on the part of TBC. So tension on the part of TBC, you have what? You have cosine ng 20 tangent ng 40 minus sine ng 20. Ulitin natin. Cosine ng 20 times tangent ng 40 minus sine ng 20. So, ito yung denominator portion. Numerator portion, 50 divided by yung denominator portion. So, you have 111.988. So, you have 111.988. 111.988 kilogram. So, ito ngayon yung tension on the part of TBC. So, earlier, kung titingnan natin, nakapag-create tayo na equation dito, which is TAB. So, using yung previously generated equation, which is TAB, so, pwede natin kuhanin yung TAB. TAB is equivalent to TBC cosine ng 20 cosine ng 40. So, TBC value is you have 111.988 cosine ng 20 all over cosine ng 40. So, TAB value is equivalent to, pindutin natin. So, ang value ng TAB is you have 137.374. 137.374 kilogram. Ayan. So, meron tayong values ng TBC saka TAB respectively. So, saan natin gagamitin to? So, kung titignan natin dito, no? So, base dito sa configuration natin, meron tayong common chord between the 50 kg known weight and then that of the unknown weight, which is E. So, ang common location or common chord sa kanila is via BC. So, ang point lang natin dito is, upon creating or generating the free body diagram on the part of the unknown weight, which is E, gagamitin natin yung value ng TBC para eventually ma-obtain natin yung value ng E. So, ayan. So, yan ano. So, ang gagawin natin dito is magge-generate tayo ng another free body diagram. So, lagay ko lang so, free body diagram 3 of 3. So, another free body diagram. So, ito yung last na free body diagram. So, the third free body diagram. So, FBD by parts on the part of the unknown weight which is at E. So, gayahin lang natin. Gawa lang natin ng gawa lang natin ng isolation. So, yung weight is always going down. So, ito siya, which is E. So, gayahin lang natin yung ginawa nating free body diagram kanina dito. So, ito siya, no? So, on the part of TCD, going up. So, lilabel natin siya as TCD. So, in this case, on the part of BC, so kung titignan natin yung kabilang isolation, ang TBC natin is going down. So, on the part of, so ito is si B, ito is si C, ito is si D. So, in this case, so again, in terms of directions, palaging tatandaan, dalawa lamang yung ating possible direction. So, hindi natin po pwedeng giyahin direction ng BC dito, which is going down. So, again, tendency kasi is, pas sinabi natin tension, kinakailangan nababatak or nabibirat siya. So, another one to consider or to pinpoint is ganito. Supposedly, meron tayong same location, tapos nagkakaroon tayo ng isolation or common point. Yung direction involving the same direction for the respective isolations, kinakailangan reverse direction. So, with that being said, si TBC natin is also going up. So, ayan. So, TBC. Ayan. So, again, kung nare-recall yung sinabi ko sa inyo, for as long as meron tayong forces, loads, reactions, or tensions na inclined, ang gagawin natin is we are going to break this up into their X and Y components of a force. So, kung ito is TBC, you have TBC of Y, TBC of X. Tapos, ito ngayon si TCD of Y. Ito si TCD of X. So, lagay na natin yung mga respective angles. So, respective angles natin, no? Base dito sa configuration natin is so, isang 20 saka isang 60. 20 degrees, 60 degrees. Tata. So, again, kung papansinin nyo, earlier, it was mentioned na hindi natin po pwedeng gamitin yung moment equation. So, simple lang yung paliwanag natin dito, no? Due to the absence of a perpendicular distance. So, again, dalawa lang equations na gagamitin natin dito. Vertical equation, saka yung horizontal equation. So, in this case, ganito mangyayari. Since ang hinahanap natin dito is yung value ng E, then kung titingnan natin yung orientation ng E, vertical siya. So, natural lamang na gagamit tayo ng vertical equation. Summation forces vertical, all forces going up are considered to be positive. So, lumalabas, dalawang positive TBC of Y sa TCD of Y is a negative which is at E. So, positive TBC of Y, positive TCD of Y, minus E. So, since wala na, sarado na natin, is equivalent to 0. However, kung evaluate natin yung current equation natin, meron tayong value ng TBC. So, ang point ko na is actually ganito. So, breakdown muna natin. TBC, sine ng 20. Ito naman is you have TCD, sine ng 60. So, ang point ko lamang dito is actually ganito. Earlier, nakuha na natin yung value ng TBC. Diba? So, ito siya, TBC. So, kung titignan natin, scrutinize natin yung current equation, ang pinaka-main requirement natin is si E. Then, wala rin tayong value ng TCD. So, ang point ko lang is for the time being, yung vertical equation, hindi natin po pwedeng simplify. So, meaning, dadaan at dadaan pa rin pala tayo sa horizontal equation. Yan. So, check natin. So, horizontal equation, dalawa lang yung magre-reflect na value. So, negative TBC of x plus TCD of x is equivalent to 0. Ayan. So, breakdown na natin sila accordingly. Ito, saka ito. So, lumalabas, you have TBC cosine ng 20 is equivalent to TCD cosine ng 60. So in this case, since meron na tayong value ng TBC which is at 111.988, 111.988 cosine ng 20 TCD cosine ng 60. So, ibig sabihin nito is pwede na natin obtain yung value ng TCD. So, 111.988 cosine ng 20 divided by cosine ng 60. So, yung TCD value is you have a value of 210.469. 210.469. 210.469 kilogram. Tata. So, since meron tayong TCD value, it follows na pwede natin kuhanin yung value ng E. So, bigyan lang natin ng arrow. So, therefore, so you have E is equivalent to TBC sine ng 20 plus TCD sine ng 60. So, lagyan na natin mga respective values. So, TBC, you have 111.988, 111.988 sine ng 20 plus TCD value, you have 210.469 sine ng 60. So, in this case, yung hinahanap natin main requirement for this particular problem statement is 111. So, pintitin natin sa calco, no? So, 111.988 sine ng 20 plus you have 210.469 sine ng 60. So, yung unknown weight which is E na hinahanap is you have 220.574. So, you have 220.574 kilogram. Ayan. So, that concludes our solution for problem number 3. However, kung titinan nyo, no, base dito sa ginawa natin, generate natin solution, sabi ko nga, tatlo yung possible free body diagrams. Pero so far, kung titinan natin, wala pa tayong use para dito sa original o para sa ating whole free body diagram. Now, we can use this whole free body diagram to just check our obtained values kung tama ba siya or mali. So, yun yung gagawin natin. So, the nice thing about the condition for equilibrium is marami tayong possible equations na pwedeng gamitin just to check or validate yung mga obtained values natin. So, ito gagawin natin. Using the whole FBD. So, using the whole FBD or 1 out of 3. So, i-redraw ko lang yung figure. So, para mas maintindihan nyo yung concept. So, mas maganda na ipapaliwanag yung concept dito para kahit anong pasikot-sikot yung gawin dito, no, mas maintindihan ng bata. So, iayos lang natin yung figure. So, making use of this whole free body diagram, let us make sure or let's just check or validate yung mga na-obtain nating values. So, unahin muna natin yung x equation. So, summation forces of x, all forces going to the right are considered to be positive. So, kung titignan natin dito, horizontal sa horizontal, vertical sa vertical. So, hindi po pwede kumontra si vertical respect sa horizontal or si horizontal respect sa vertical. So, kinakalang kauri niya, no? Vertical sa vertical, horizontal sa horizontal. So, tinan muna natin for the time being yung mga corresponding direction. TAB of x going to the left, negative. TCD of x going to the right is positive. So, more or less, base dito sa bubuo, more or less parang tama. So, negative TAB of x, positive TCD of x is equivalent to 0. So, breakdown natin. So, lumalabas, you have negative TAB cosine ng 40 plus TCD cosine ng 60 is equivalent to 0. So, kung titignan natin dito, no, ang value ng TAB is you have 137.374. 137.374 cosine ng 40 plus TCD value, you have 210.469. 210.469 cosine ng 60 is equivalent to 0. So, check lang natin, validate natin kung tama ba. So, negative 137.374 cosine ng 40 plus 210.469 cosine ng 60. So, ayan. So, lumalabas is you have 8.933 times 10 raised to negative 5. Or, sulit ko lang muna, negative 8.933 times 10 raised to negative 5 is almost equivalent to 0. So, para mas makita nyo yung ibig sabihin nito, pakita natin siya in terms of zeros. So, negative 0.0008933 almost equivalent to 0. Ayan. So, kung check natin to, so ang reference line natin is 0. Any number going up is positive. Any number going down is negative. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya mali kahit nag-negative siya. Ibig sabihin, bumaba lang siya ng bahagya sa reference line which is 0. So, ang pinaka-most important part dito is almost equivalent to 0. So, ayan. So, check. So, in terms of yung vertical equation, so, sigma f of y, all forces going up are considered to be positive. Yan. So, ilan yun? You have 1, 2, 3, tapos you have 4. So, TAB of y, TCD of y, positive TAB of y, positive TCD of y, minus 50 minus 220.574 is equivalent to 0. So, in this case, lumalabas, you have what? Positive TAB, sine ng 40, positive TCD, sine ng 60, minus, i-add ko na yung total, no? So, you have 270.574 is equivalent to 0. So, TAB value, you have 137.374 sine ng 40 plus TCD value, you have 210.469 sine ng 60 minus 270.574 is equivalent to 0. So, check natin. So, ito yung pinaka-last equation natin to conclude this particular problem, which is problem 3 out of 4. So, 137.374 sine ng 40 plus 210.469 sine ng 60 minus 270.574. So, you have negative 1.942. Negative 1.942 times 10 raised to negative 4 is equivalent to 0. Ayan. So, again, kung papasin natin dito, almost equivalent to 0 na to. So, ang point lang natin dito is you have negative 0.0001942 almost equivalent to 0. So, ibig sabihin nito, check. Check. Ayan. So, ayan, no? So, this concludes our discussion for problem solving problem number 3. So, ayan. So, again, i-upload ko na lang to para meron kayong hard copy ng pinaka-file itself.